Chevy had a lot of brake steer. It was pulling to the driver's side a lot. I parked it, jacked it up, and drained its brake fluid. We did see a lot of bubbles. We got all the bubbles out, put the wheels back on, test drove it again. I parked it, and I had my friend Jonathan from Nomad Welding Co. look under with me, and lo and behold, we found a chunk of the chassis had broken off along with a bolt with a lower control arm. Past video shows the bolt was poorly welded, and that's something I overlooked when I was building this car. As you can see, the chunk of chassis there and that chunk that it took with it. This is where the single bolt, the lower control arm bolts on. So I cut up a new piece of 3/4 inch steel. I cut it and welded it, and welding upside down sucks. As you can see, I got burned. Hate welding upside down, but I got it done. Now I had to take the spindle off, take the outer tie rod end off, take the ball joint off. And the reason I had to take these off, this ball joint off, is because I smashed the shit out of it when I was taking it off. Luckily, I had one extra one laying around. Actually, I have a couple. And I drilled out the hole on the lower control arm with 5/8 bolt just to make it a little bit stronger. That in itself was a big task. I had my Rottweiler looking over me as I was working on this vehicle. Test fitted it, and looks like it fit pretty good. Started bolting it on, torquing the spec. I also broke the outer tie rod end, and I looked for one. I had an old one that I actually bent, but I used my 20-ton press to fix it, as you can see. I also smashed the castle nut, which I rethreaded, and I was not gonna stand by and wait for a new order. Started putting everything back together, torquing everything to spec again, putting the pins through the castle nut, and I only had a little bit of space, maybe like 1.5 feet between the car and the wall there. Started putting the spring coil in there and making the seat correctly. That's kind of dangerous right there, but I got it done. Yeah, and I made sure I greased up all the Zerk fittings. I put the shock absorber back in and made sure it was all bolted up correctly. I did a quick overview to make sure all the nuts and bolts were correctly fastened. And now it was time for a test drive. So let's go. I had my buddy Jonathan from Nomad Welding Co. drive the car while I took these shots. We then took it to a back street near our area to floor it and then step on the brake to see if there's any brakes here. There was no brakes here, but this car does need an alignment. But hey, what classic car doesn't need one? Thanks for watching.
That is my dream.